The rain came down in heavy, endless sheets, swallowing the sound of everything except the thunder. Inside the old farmhouse, Sarah sat alone, wrapped in a blanket that did little to stop the cold. Her parents had gone into town that morning and hadn't come back. No cell service, no lights, just her, the storm, and the uneasy creak of the wooden floors. Around midnight, the first knock came. It was soft, almost polite. 3 raps on the door. Knock, knock, knock. Sarah froze. She lived miles from the nearest neighbor. No one should be there, especially not in that weather. "Who's there?" she called out. No answer. The wind howled through the trees outside, making them scratch against the windows like claws. After a few moments, she convinced herself it was nothing. Maybe a branch, maybe her imagination. But then, knock, knock, knock. This time louder, heavier, closer. She stood clutching a flashlight. The beam quivered in her shaking hands as she moved toward the door. Her breath fogged in front of her. The power had been out for hours, but the air felt colder now, like the temperature itself was afraid. "Hello," she whispered again, but her voice trembled. Silence. She dared to pull back the curtain beside the door, just an inch, only to find nothing. No one. Just the reflection of her wide eyes staring back at her. She stepped away, and then, from behind her, came a faint whisper. "Sarah!" She spun around. The flashlight flickered, then went out. Her heart pounded so loud she thought it might echo. She stumbled backward, reaching for the light switch that didn't work. Her fingers brushed something cold, skin cold, and she screamed. The flashlight flickered back to life, and for a split second she saw him, a man, or what was left of one. His skin was pale and dripping, his eyes hollow pits that glowed faintly blue. Water poured off him, forming puddles on the floor that reflected her trembling face. "Let me in," he whispered again, his lips barely moving. "It's so cold. Outside." Sarah bolted for the stairs. She ran into her parents' room and locked the door behind her. The knocking returned, but now it wasn't just from the front door. It came from the walls, from the ceiling, from under the bed. "Sarah," the voice gurgled, now everywhere. "You left the lake, but I didn't." Her flashlight fell from her shaking hands and rolled under the bed, where it stopped, shining directly on a muddy footprint. Fresh, inside the room. The last thing Sarah heard before the power finally returned was a single, wet knock on the other side of her bedroom door, followed by the sound of the lock turning from the inside.